My name is Nico Klimico. I am a junior political science major, and I'm running for student representative to the Board of Visitors.
My name is Josh Humphreys. I'm a sophomore political science major, and I'm running for the student representative to the Board of Visitors position.
I'm David Scala. I'm a junior political science major, and I'm running for student representative to the Board of Visitors.
Ever since coming to JMU, I was exposed to the world of higher education, as much of us were, and over the past 2 years, I started to realize how important higher education is, but at the same time, I started to realize that as students, we go through the system and then we graduate, but there's very few opportunities for students to advocate for one another.
I have always felt a sense of calling to better serve the JMU community in some new and fascinating way to me, and I've always been interested in the student rep to the board position, even since last year.
The student rep to the board needs to be a strong voice for the way that JMU is changing. On one hand, we're becoming a large institution, and on the other, we're still trying to keep the small, liberal arts-friendly culture. And so that's why I wanted to run, because it's not about me, it's about the position. It's about being on the board to help make these decisions so the student voice is heard.
Over the past year or so, I've had the opportunity to work with an organization called Virginia 21. We like to say it's like the AARP for young people, and we advocate for issues in higher education that impact students statewide. So not just here at JMU, but all across the state of Virginia. And I think my experience through Virginia 21, knowing these big picture higher ed issues, will provide me the unique opportunity to convey to the Board of Visitors what are important for students.
But I think one of my strengths as a candidate is that I've been on several of the committees that deal with particularly athletics, since I think that's going to be a very particular important issue for the board in the coming years. I'm on the committees, I'm with leadership, I have the administrative roles.
I've worked in student government for about 2.5 years now, and so I work with the Student Services Committee, so I specifically work with the administration on student needs all the time. And so I'm already, for the past 2 years, have been gauging student opinion, getting the needs, and being able to effectively communicate that to the faculty and staff here.
I think the question should be like, how can we get students more involved with the Board of Visitors in general, and at least knowing what it is? So I think we can do that through a few ways. What I want to do is, like President Alger, have a listening sort of tour. And I really want to listen to see what issues are important for students here right now, about what really impacts us as students, and figure that out. So I want to have meet and greets where students can directly interact with visitor members, not just for networking purposes, but so visitors can directly talk to students about issues that are important to them, because that's the only way that they can do their job effectively, is hearing from the largest constituency at our university.
I want to make sure that students, number one, know me, particularly just so they can come up and say, Josh, I have this concern, I have this issue, I want to hear your opinion on it, I want to know what you're going to be doing about it, and I want to know what you're going to be putting in your report. I've created a Facebook page, so all the people that have already liked my page, should I win, I will continue to utilize that page, and they'll be able to access that information, and I'll put updates on there and things like that.
I want to establish a Twitter and email account specifically for the Board of Visitor position, so that people can tweet in ideas or email me ideas. I want to set up a clear avenue of communication for the students to be able to come to. But also something that hasn't been done very well is to separate the position away from student government. It's not a student government position, which means that we don't only speak for the student government. That's what the president is for. And so I would want to go to all the different clubs on campuses.
I can count I used to be, not anymore, so maybe that's not fun, but I used to be able to name all 50 states and their capitals. So, I mean, hey, who can do that? Probably a lot of other people.
I'm actually quite an outdoorsman. I love to go hunting and fishing. I love being out in nature. I actually spent a lot of time on my grandparents' farm.
I was homeschooled for 10 years until going to 4 years of public high school in Loudoun County, Virginia. And I think it's been an awesome experience to get both worlds, being in public school and being homeschooled, because homeschooling helps me want to learn and do new things, but the public school is all about getting involved in service and student leadership.